Okay, so a month ago we sat down together and said, let's come up with a topic for this conversation today. And Justice very cleverly said, let's make sense of the noise. And we thought most of the conversation today would be political about South Africa, because that's probably why a lot of you in this room today want to hear Justice speak. Little did we ever think that Brexit would happen. And it's turned our world upside down. Brexit, what does it actually mean? For me, it's a rejection of the status quo. I think the middle class around the world are absolutely sick to death of what's happening in the world economy today. Just to give you some stats on that, at the moment, 62 people control the same amount of wealth as half the world's population. And I Googled half the world's population today, and that's 3.6 billion people have the same amount of wealth as 62 individuals. Now, it's always been the case that the rich have most of the money and the poor don't have a lot. But in 10 years ago, 388 people earned that wealth. So we've had central banks the last couple of years printing gargantuan amount of money, and it's ultimately created the middle class to say, enough is enough. And I think that's what Brexit's about. I think middle class UK have said, we've had enough. We'll take on the new repercussions, but the world is changing. And I think in this environment, you're going to have to put your money with people who say, let's have a long-term view, because there's going to be a lot of noise. This volatility we've experienced the last couple of days, in my opinion, is only going to get worse. So you're going to have long-term vision. And the noise, there's going to be a lot of it, make no mistake. I just want to show you a picture quickly. Kieran, can you show me that graph of Bojo, as they now call him, Boris Johnson? And one of the comments that I saw from the FT on Monday was, in the greatest history of mankind, this is the biggest cutting off one's nose to spite one's face we've ever seen. Isn't it ridiculous to think that in the UK economy today, we have two political parties who possibly don't have a leader? Well, we know in the case of the Tories, they don't have one, because he's stepping down in October. But the Labour Party, they've had a vote of no confidence in Corbyn. So you've got complete political problems in the UK. And let's not even talk about Trump. Most people, or should I say rational inverted commas, people think Trump is scary. But he talks to the middle class voters. There are a number of schools in America today that are bankrupt. People don't have education. And this is a fact of globalization. So I think you've got to look at Brexit, ignore the stock markets in the short term. I think it's a clear message we're seeing, and we're going to debate that a lot more today.
Yeah.